Hey tribe, how are we doing today? So I want to really share a review of the book I just completed. Yeah, I just completed my first book of the year, and that will be Essentialism by Greg McNaughton. Tell me how I've just been so happy reading this book. Trust me, the book is great. The book is essential, as the name implies. The book has taught me a lot about motivation, momentum, essentialism, productivity, focusing on those things that are actually going to help me achieve my goal and success. And yes, what I want to talk about today is something that we hear every day. Yeah. And research has shown that of all forms of motivation in the world, the most effective motivation is progress. Why? Because a small tiny win can create such a momentum that in your head you start to tell yourself that you can create a bigger success. Let me explain. So instead of starting big and then seeing ourselves trying to achieve so much and we end up not achieving them and wasting time and energy trying to achieve that very big thing. How about we start small? Start small and start to build momentum. We know that okay, since I'm able to get this, since I'm able to achieve this small success now, I can actually achieve more. Building momentum helps you or give you the assurance that you can do more. Now, you use this momentum to get the next big win, to get the next big win, and to get the next big win, and that's how it works. So, when we build momentum, it helps us to achieve so much than trying to focus on a very big goal and end up not achieving them. So, that small, tiny progress that we get while we achieve the small goal we set for ourselves builds that momentum, builds that motivation. That small progress builds the motivation that we can actually do more. And that's why I said, and that's why research also said, the most effective motivation you can see is progress. Because you take a small progress today, you are very excited, you're very happy that you can get the next one. And it gets to a point where our progress becomes very frictionless. I mean, effortless. Like it seems like your success was like an overnight success. That's how it works. So in the book, Greg talked about two principles that can help to build this momentum. The first one is do the minimal viable progress. Focus on the minimal viable progress. Yeah, that was what I said. Focus on the minimal viable progress. I mean, done is better than perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect, focusing on the non-essential things. Just try to get something done. Just try to get something done. Okay, read one page of the book, even if I can't read one chapter, which I said I was going to read one chapter, right? And I was able to read one chapter. At least reading one page of the book is okay. So done is better than perfect. Do something. Do something. And the second one is focus on the minimal viable preparation. And he said it's of two ways. You can either start early and small or start late and big. Start late and big simply means, doing the rush hour work, rush hour assignment, rush hour project, doing something in the last minutes. Now, the start early and small simply means, focusing on or better putting in 10 5 minutes to that particular project. You're starting small, or maybe you're supposed to submit this project in the next 2 weeks, and you're thinking, oh, I have time, I have time, I have time. But imagine why kind of devote 30 minutes every day to that particular project. There's high chance that you get that thing done before the time. So whatever it is, try to prepare. Focus on the minimal viable preparation. I really sign up for starting early and small because it helps you build that momentum. So these are the two principles that is going to help us to actually build that momentum. To start small and focus on building momentum, because at the point where we can completely read 2 pages of the book every single day, it simply means that at the long run you are building momentum where you can finish a whole book in just 1 week, a whole book in just 5 days. So that is what progress really is. Progress does not have to be loud, does not have to be a huge progress. Start small. Don't overdo it. Don't force it. In fact, I recommend that book. I recommend that book for every single person who is trying to achieve something, and then you're kind of confused, you don't know how to go about it, and you feel like you're so overwhelmed. I have a lot of things to do. In fact, that was what my problem was last year. I have a lot I wanted to do, but each time I start, I always end up not continuing. And I discussed this with my mentor and recommended this book. Trust me, I'm going to find the hard copy of this book, and I recommend it for every single person.